everyone, and welcome back to another Watson Brothers Team Stats video. We're here to cover the first stats of 2024, January.
I will take it away, and it is the month of love. We're in February, Valentine's Day. Happy pre-Valentine's Day to everybody. The stats, unfortunately, do not have a lot of love. And see the segue I just did there?
That's a good one.
The amount of homes that are being sold on the market, homes, single-family, townhomes, and apartments are all way off. The amount of activity is really low compared to where it has been before. The difficulty with comparing it to last year's January stats, which is typically what we do versus a year ago, last year was really low as well. So it's comparing bad to bad. To give you a real world story of where we're at, there were 64 homes sold in the whole valley last month, which is unbelievably small.
Wow.
And that's leading to a lot of difficulties in the whole process, which we're going to talk about here in a moment. A couple other little things. While sales are down, inventory is starting to rise again versus a year ago, but versus a year ago, it was ridiculously low. So we are less than ridiculously low, but still low. Prices are remaining about the same. They're actually off versus a year ago. And again, we want to talk about that in a minute because that gives us some opportunities for a certain segment of our marketplace. The other thing to note is that the days to sell a home, which is a real indicator of the healthiness of the market, continues to rise. It has been rising now for the last, I would say, 12 months on a monthly basis. So we're up to almost 70 days now for a typical single family home to sell, which again is below the norm, historical norm, but way higher than where we have been for the last couple of years.
In previous videos, we've spoken a lot about how it's a buyer's market right now. So what can we do for our sellers that can sort of help ease their way into getting into the seller's market again?
Well, on to that point, Avery, there are a few things that we can definitely do for you as a seller. We can write up a contract for you that helps mitigate your risk and give you a little bit more confidence that if you were to put your house on and we're not able to find a house, we could have the ability to take your house off the market. We can also write a contract for you that says subject to sale as well, so that when you go to purchase a home and you haven't maybe sold yours yet, that you have the confidence that you still are able to buy a home and not feel that you are going to be without a place to stay. Right now, currently in the market, there are quite a few houses that are coming on and sellers and buyers that are writing subject to sale. And we're seeing a lot of that, and as well as assumable mortgages as well. And that is something that will foresee going into the spring market, create this domino effect. And it's just creating that you're in the driver's seat and you have the ability to go and look. And by you looking and writing on something that you love, it's just going to create a little bit more stability and more houses as well on the market.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course. So talking about that and going into the spring market, we're always here to provide a no obligation free home market evaluation, whether that you're wanting to list your house in the next 3 months, 6 months, next year. It's always nice to know what your house is worth. I mean, we can always come in and tell you, a little bit of things that you can do to get your house prepared to be on the market, and just give you some advice that way and have a conversation to get it started and to make you feel a little bit more confident about putting your house up on the market.
We have, and Avery touched on it a moment ago, we've continually said that this is a great opportunity for buyers. And let's just flip the coin from what Trish was talking about in terms of putting together contracts for our sellers that allow them to go in and buy a property with a little bit of the risk mitigated. From a buyer's standpoint, if you are able to go into a property and make an offer and you don't have subject to the sale, you don't have to have an assumable mortgage, and you don't need buyer financing, that is a pretty powerful position in this marketplace. There's sellers just waiting for somebody like that to come through the door because they want to get onto their next property. So if you are in a position whereby you want to add to your real estate portfolio, you have a son, daughter, or other family member that needs a house and maybe needs a little hand getting into that first house, now is a great time to do that because sellers are motivated. And when they're motivated, they'll negotiate. We met with some developers and builders this past week, and yes, they were flexible with their pricing. In fact, some of them have moved down in pricing. As soon as the market picks up, and these are the conversations we have with our builders and developers, they are going right back to where their prices are at today's levels. So there is a small window. Again, we keep saying it, there's a small window for buyers that are ready, willing, and able to hop into the market to get the best deal and the best negotiating ability that we have seen in years.
Now more than ever, you need some really, really great people in your corner. We have the contacts. Give us a call at any time at 250
712
2222.